Hello, we're going to do lower body movements today. This is our lower body class. On the game plan for today, we're going to do a balance check. We're going to check our balance, see how we do with that. That's a kind of a fall prevention thing that we're going to do. After that, we're going to work on the hips. This area, we're going to come down to the front of the legs, the quadriceps. We're going to do some movements for the back of the legs, here are the hamstrings, going down into the calves, and then getting to the tissue on the front of the shins. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas to go to. Hopefully we can get that done in about 30 minutes. So for balance, we're going to get our ankle, knee, and hip all in a line. When we try to take our foot off the floor to balance on the body, what I want us to do is not focus on the hip area swaying back and forth to try and balance us, but to focus on the foot. So the foot, you have that foot arch in that foot, and so that foot arch, if you have one, the foot naturally kind of rotates out to the side of those little toes, and so that promotes a bit more balance. So if you have a flattened foot though, that foot might rotate in towards the big toe, into the heel line, pulling the knee over with it, and you get this little bit of a wobble here. And so going down, what that looks like when you're balancing is you'll notice that the foot's constantly trying to adjust. So when we're doing balance, don't focus on your hips trying to adjust your upper body. Try and focus on pushing out with that foot and notice the ankle and foot with balance. So let's go ahead and choose one foot, take that right off the floor and hover about 10 seconds. Breathing in and out, noticing the foot, and pushing out on that. Other side, taking the foot up and off the ground, doing a hover. It can be off to the side, it can be in front of the other one. For fall prevention, we're doing 10 seconds, but it should be up to 30. Working on a goal of doing this for 30 seconds. Weight of the leg up in the front. To do this, we kind of sit back into the body and raise one knee up in front of us, sitting back, holding with the tissue on the leg back here, about 10 seconds. Breathing in and out. Focusing on the foot, pushing out with that ankle, bringing that leg back down and in. Other side, taking the other leg up into the front of the body and holding. Paying attention to the foot that's connected to the ground. Breathing, noticing if we are making fists, shrugging, holding our breath. We're going to take the weight of the leg now and move it to the front, side, and back of us, shifting that weight around one leg. So we take one foot up and off the ground, reach to the front, off to the side, and back around. Arms can be out here for balance, can be in here for balance, any of those, but this is just a practice. We practice this every day to see how we're doing. Leg up and off the ground, to the front, side and back. Your balance changes according to how you slept, your stress, how you're eating, healthy, unhealthy, things like that. So it's good to check it before you're going into the legs. All right, the hard one. We're only going to go down as far as we can, but what we're going to do is take one foot up off the ground, see if we can touch the thigh, and then the knee joint, going down to the shin, and only if you can that ankle coming all the way back up. Let's check the other side. Hovering the foot up and off the ground, reaching for the thigh, knee joint, then the shin, eventually that ankle if we can, and then coming all the way up, and that's our balance check. All right, we're gonna go into the hip area. Today, we're going to work on how the hip bends up in the front, and then also how the hip can bend up, rotate over and down. So we're gonna do those two exercises. This does involve balance, so if you need a wall, you can have a wall. If you don't have a wall, bring over a chair. Hold on to a chair right there while you're doing these exercises with the goal of working off the chair, holding, getting to a finger, and then eventually working off of it. All right, we're gonna take our feet, put them right underneath the hips. For the hip area, we're going to hook our tailbone in. That means that if we had this hip sitting back, we're going to hook the tailbone in, lining up the hip, knee, and ankle line. We're going to tighten in the torso like we made a cough and raise the knee up for 1, and down, up for 2, down, up for 3, breathe in, breathe out, 4, breathe in, breathe out, 5. From the side, 6. Trying to make my torso as still as possible. 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Other leg raises up in the front. 1 second hold for 1, 2. This is the weight of my own leg here. 3, I should be able to pick up the weight of my own leg. 4, and over time you will. 5, this leg has mass. 6, and we will adapt to that mass over time with the ability to handle our own body and skeleton. 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're going to work on the ability of the hip to bend up, but also rotate over to the side. So your hip's in a socket that rotates. So we're able to bring the knee up, rotate it over, and then bring it down. All without pulling your torso to do it with you. So try to keep your torso as straight as possible with that knee raised. And as the hip rolls off to the side, don't allow it to pull your body with you. Try to raise it up and over, touching the ground, and bring it up and back. That's 1. Let's do 5 more. Up and over and back. For 2, if you need to hold on to a chair, hold on to a chair. Up and over and back. For 3. Number 4, up and over and back. For 5, check your breathing. Up and over, check your shrugging, check if you're making fists. And back for 6. Let's do the other side. In life, we do this coming in and out of a tub basin. You do this for bicycles, you do this walking over things. So the ability to keep that hip area lubricated, non-breaking down, strong in that socket. Holding on to something or using your balance, raise that knee up, over, down. 1, and back. Up and over, 2. Good. Up and over, 3. Can I keep my rib cage and torso still without twisting it? Up and over for 4. Breathing in and out. Up and over for 5. Feeling my body, signs of stress, holding my breath, shrugging, gripping, those things. Last one, up and over for 6. All right, so we did the front. The ability of the knee and the hip to come up in the front. Now I want to work on the ability of the hip to raise the leg back behind us. So if I raise my leg back up behind us, it only raises up halfway, 45 degrees here, before I have to push my torso down to raise my leg up even higher, okay? So I don't want my torso to be down, I want my torso to be upright. So we are gonna pull this leg back behind us just 45 degrees. And then I'm gonna squeeze right behind my knee, and I'm gonna squeeze my muscle and tissue into the bones of my upper leg here. When I pull my leg back though, my upper body might flare up like this mermaid. So I'm gonna take my rib cage and I'm gonna tuck my rib cage in to straighten up my body. So 10 times, pull the leg back, squeeze the knee, come in. For 2, for 3. I have 7 more of these. I'm gonna work on my breathing. For 4, out, breathe out, breathe in. 5, 6, squeezing that tissue behind the upper leg to feel it today. 7, grip onto the bone, squeeze the bone, compressing it, making my bones hard. 9, bone density, doing this for bone density. 10, good, other side. Feet under hips, pull the rib cage in, pull the other leg back, 45 degrees, squeeze behind the knee joint, let it go. So if this is easy, I've adapted to my leg. I can do things to make this harder if I wanted. Adding an ankle weight. Starting with a 1 pound ankle weight will make this harder. Also, adding a band to something in front of you and pulling back on that band with a hold. That will help strengthen ligaments and tendons here in this hip socket. And it also starts to strengthen the tissue up in this upper leg as well. 1 more. Good, hips are done. The way I like to work is from the top down. So this area is done. So now I have my upper leg. I have the front of the upper leg, the back of the upper leg. Today I want to get to the back of the upper leg. To get to the back of the upper leg, I am going to take my hips and push my hips back as far as I can. So my knee and my ankle start off in a line with my hips. My knees are hip width apart. If my knees have caved in, if they have bowed out, I'm taking my knee joint and I'm placing it right on top of my ankle, in between the ankle and the hip, keeping it there by tightening around the knee joint to keep it from moving. My knee's a balancer. So from the side with my knee right on top of that ankle, I'm going to slide my hips back. This action is very similar to when you shut your car door with your bum. It really is. It's you're pushing back with the body this way. This prevents the knees from bending. Usually when we go to the ground, we just automatically bend the knees, and that puts all your pressure right here in the front of you. Front pressure here is not okay. We're trying to put our pressure back. We're trying to push back this way. All right, so when we push back, sometimes the rib cage protests up, which puts a lot of pressure here. So what I need to do when I come down is I need to take this rib cage and tuck it in, and then tighten it like you've made a cough, but you've held it. I can also put my hands behind my back, which I'm going to do. Both of my hip joints, I'm gonna slide them straight back, keeping my knee right on top of that ankle. My torso now is parallel to the ground. From here, I tighten behind the knee joint and I push my hips forward to flatten them, pulling my body up. I don't push my hip in front of the knee and ankle. I make sure that my hip is on my knee and ankle, and then I tighten, hook in my tailbone and squeeze my tissue right into the bone frame, right where the legs insert into the torso. And then I slide the hips back to stretch, roll forward, squeeze. Weighted object here if I want, back. Roll up for 3. If you have weights, you can go down the front. 4. Come up, squeeze. I'm doing body weight with my hands behind my back. 5. Roll forward, squeeze. Roll back, stretch. 6. Squeeze behind the kneecaps. Roll up. 7. Tighten, stretch back. 8. Roll up, squeeze, tighten my torso, 2, push back. Come up, squeeze, 1 more, push back. Come up, squeeze. All right, about 30 seconds. What I'm going to do on this next one is I'm going to work with my brain. I'm going to think of my one side, pushing the hip back and forth 5 times. Just thinking about this side. And then I'm going to switch and I'm going to think about this side for the last 5. And just with that brain thinking about each side, you'll notice that each side will cooperate a bit different. Now notice that when you slide back, don't allow your body to rear off to the side, okay? That hip can still rotate side to side and swivel. So try to roll straight forward and back in a line. Draw a straight line with that brain. All right, feet under hips. Roll the shoulders back and down, pull that rib cage in, tighten the torso like you've made a cough. And now slide the hips back. Think of the left, think of the left. Roll up, tighten, squeeze. Slide back on the left. Roll the hip back, roll it up, flatten it, squeeze it. 2. Number 3, slide it back. Push it back in the socket, roll it up, squeeze it. 4. Slide back, roll it up, tighten it. 1 more, slide it back, roll it up, tighten it. Right side, roll the hip back, push it back in the socket, roll up, flatten the hip, squeeze the tissue behind it, slide back. Number 7, roll it up, squeeze. 8, slide the hip back, push it back in the socket, roll it forward, hook in the tailbone, tighten, squeeze. Number 9, slide back. Push it back in the socket, roll it up, tighten it. Number 10, slide back. Roll up, take a break. On this last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of a pull. So I'm gonna come over here so you can see my feet. When I slide my hips back, what I've done is I've pulled on all the tissue on the back of my legs, all the way down to my Achilles and underneath my foot. So I'm gonna add an extra lift in my foot, on one foot and then the other, before I slide my hips forward to pull my body up. And you're gonna feel that nice stretch. You're welcome this morning. All right, hands behind the heads. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the rib cage in so it doesn't flare while I'm doing this. I'm gonna slide my hips back. Pull up the foot, pull up the foot, roll forward, hook, tighten, squeeze. Roll back for 2. Push back in the socket, foot raise. Roll up, hooking the tailbone, squeeze, roll back for 3, push way back, lift, lift, roll up, squeeze the tissue into the upper legs, roll back, stretch it, lift, lift, roll up. Number 5, roll back, lift, lift, roll up. Now I think I'm on number 6. This does happen, so I'm just gonna go with it. Push back and lift, lift. This next one, I'm gonna focus on my breathing collarbone. Is it nice and flat? Is that rib cage in? Number 7, lift, lift. On number 8, I wanna feel how I slide my hips back, and I'm gonna push those into the hip socket to stretch that tissue at the bum. 8, I've got 2 more. Roll up, hooking the tailbone, flatten the hip. Bend the hip back, push back, all of my body weight back, raise, raise, roll up, hook and tighten. Last one, number 10, push back, raise, raise, roll up, hook and tighten. Nice. All right, back of the legs are done. Front of the legs. So you might notice, I'm breathing a little heavy. Why? Your surface area of tissue in the legs is the largest surface area of tissue. You have the most energy here. You have the most muscle here. Muscle holds blood and oxygen. So when you are tightening your tissue, you're forcing blood and oxygen out. And then when you are letting go and stretching it, blood and oxygen rush back into that tissue. So this is a big surface area. And it's pretty far from the heart. When you're doing your upper body, these appendages have easy access to heart, oxygen, blood, all that's right here. But down here, that's a different story. So yeah, you are going to breathe heavy, and that's okay. Breathe deep, breathe heavy, breathe in a rhythm. Give your brain an uninterrupted supply of oxygen so it can focus on how uncomfortable this is. Your body is, the brain wants to reserve energy. So this can be uncomfortable until we retrain the brain that this resets the body. Let's go to the front of the legs. Because we already did a hinge where our body was parallel to the ground, to get to the front of the legs, we don't need to go down that far. What we need to do is slide the hips back so that the shoulder's right on that big toe line. So if you notice from here, I'm only at a 45 degree about. That's about as far as I need to go. You notice my shoulder joints kind of lined up with this knee and the foot there, so I don't need to go any further. So from here is when I bend my knees forward to that shoe line and come down. There is no right or wrong in how far you come down. You can come down partial. This is a partial squat. That has to do with that knee bend. Some people are able to come down all the way parallel to the ground so that their upper leg is parallel to the ground here, and some people can go down way down and do a deep squat. So this is according to your body, all the way up. For the purpose of this class, you're going to go as far down as you can. 10 of these. Watch out on the way down for the foot rolling and collapsing in, just like we learned in balance. With that balance in the beginning, we know now to push out, right? All right, let's do 10. Feet under the hips. Pull the rib cage, tailbone in. Shift the hips back. Bend the knees forward to sit down. From here, tighten the body like you're about to cough to push it up. Protect your spine. Sit back, down. Hold, tighten, push. Sit back, down. Hold, tighten. When you push up, line up ankle, knee, hip, hook the tailbone in, tighten it right up against the bone frame. Sit back and down. Sit up, hook in, tighten. Slide back, bend, sit down. Push up, tighten. If you need a chair, put it here. Sit back and down. Up, tighten, slide the hips back, bend the knees, down. Come up, pull the knees in, flatten the hips, slide back, down. Pull in the knees, flatten the hips, number 9, slide back, down. Push up, slide back, down. Push up. Set 1. For set number 2, we're going to do pulses. So when we're in a pulsing state, this is where you can kind of monitor what the rib cage is doing. Because the body views this kind of as being uncomfortable if this is your first time. When we do slide the hips back and we bend the knees down, what happens sometimes is this upper body kind of will protest and flare up like, I'm going to pull you up. Not the legs pushing you up, but this goes whoop and it tries to pull you up from the front. So don't let that happen. If you notice this rib cage is flaring to try to pull you up, pull it in and tighten it and make it stay put with the body. Don't allow it to break off from it. Let's do pulsing. To do pulsing, we roll the shoulders back and down. We pull the rib cage in and the tailbone in at the same time. We shift the shoulder line forward slightly, pushing the hips back. From here, we bend the knees forward. In the front, if there's any type of knee caving, correct that. And then from here, we shift back into the body and come halfway up and down to 1, 2, breathing, 3, pushing out with the feet, 4, 5, squeezing our tissue into the bones, 6, 7, squeezing around the knee joint, 8, 9, 10, and then all the way up. Whew. Our last one, I'm going to hold for 10 seconds. I'm going to do that 3 times. When I'm holding this first one, I want to feel my feet. I'm going to place my feet right underneath my hips. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, pull my rib cage in, pull my tailbone in, shift forward slightly, sitting my hips back, bend the knees forward, sitting down. From here, I go into my feet, I tighten my body, tighten my abdomen like a cough. I go on my feet and I push out, and I count to 10, 9, 8, thinking of just my feet, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly pull the knees in to flatten them, bring the hips in to flatten them, that's 1. On the second one, I'm going to think of my knee joint. I want to slightly tighten it. Just think about kind of gripping onto it. I'm going to slide my hips back. Actually, sorry. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the rib cage in. Hook the tailbone in. Wedge the spine. Shift the entire torso forward a little. That pushes the hips back. Bend the knees forward. From here, I rotate out a bit, and now I squeeze and think of my knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly stand. This last one, I'm going to think of where my legs insert into the torso, this whole area here. Webbing of nerves. The ability to get this area to kind of grip onto the bone frame and the tissue to activate, wake them up. Last hold, roll the shoulders back. Pull the rib cage in with the tailbone to wedge the spine. Shift the whole torso forward with rolling those hips back. Bend the knees to come down. And hold. Think of the hip area. 10, 9, 8. Right where the legs insert into the torso. 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly stand. Rest. To make that harder, just add a weight to the body. Hold a ball, add weights. Front of the legs are done, back of the legs are done, hips are done. Let's do our calves. To do our calves, your calves connect above the kneecap here, so the knee has to be pulled in and straight. You don't want to lock it though. You want a nice soft knee, but they need to be in line with the hip and the ankle. I want you to picture your toes and picture your second and third toe right by that big toe. That's kind of right down the middle. I want to lift up into that area. We're gonna go 10 times. Let's go ahead, pull the knees in. Pull the rib cage, tailbone in. Second, third toe, raise up, come down. From the side, raise up, come down. You're trying not to shrug, that's a reflex. You're trying not to swing the body up through the hips. Over time, working on how to use the toes to push the body straight up. You can add weights on the side. If the ankle bows out, caves in, just correct it as it comes down. This helps to strengthen tissue around that joint. Rest. Round 2, let's come up slow. Your body's gonna kind of be, haven't done this. Feels strange. This is you tapping into the furthest nerve ending. So with the feet under the hips, start with the heel and try to come up slower through that second and third toe line. Come up slow, drop down a little quick. Come up slow, trying to influence which area on the foot is pushing up the weight of the body. Up, drop down slow, notice your breathing. Try to support your body through the stress. This is organized stress. 8. 2 more of these, coming from the heel up, slowly, trying to flatten the ankle nice and straight through the second and third toe line, rest. Our third one, we're gonna come down slow. We start in the up position, we lower down as slow as possible. 10 of these, second, third toe line, come up, come down nice and slow. All right, number 2. So your calf is the second heartbeat. Come up for number 3. There's a valve in there that only opens when this tissue is tight, just like this. Even when you're sitting, even when you're standing, even when you're in a car, in a plane. If this valve is open, it allows blood and oxygen to return to the heart. Woo, just like that. If it's closed, it cools. People with a standing job do this. Oh, this is called foot push-ups. Do it seated. Do it on a plane. Get your body around, blood around. Clotting happens in the calves. All right, shins, the front. To do the front, we pull the knee in. We lift the right foot straight up with a 1 second hold, bring it down. Very simple. This is very important for knee joint health. This muscle, these muscles in the front of this lower leg help turn the knee when you're walking. They help influence how the kneecap what direction the kneecap bends in as well. This is also a very important muscle for how the foot raises up when you're walking so you don't catch your toe. And it also stretches under the foot. Your foot can break down too. Other side. Pull the foot straight up. This is bending the ankle up. Stretching tissue on the bottom of that foot. You might feel popping behind that knee joint, some movement. Any type of movement that's kind of popping, clicking, any of those things, that's normal. If it's accompanied by pain, it's not. Mobility, you will feel kind of those popping, clicking, crunching things. All right, round 2, let's alternate. Right side, left side. 1, 2. You'll notice that this is going to tighten up the quad in the front, that upper leg. 3, that was 4, sorry, 5. Start adding that breathing. 6. Starting to feel the body. 7, reset it. Feel the muscles. 8, wake it up. 9, 10. All right, nice. For the hip, we're gonna take the hip and push it out into the socket there to stretch it, move it around. side to side. For the front, go ahead and roll the hips forward there to stretch it. We raised the knee up in the front, rotated the hip off to the side, and then for the back of the legs, drop the torso down. We're going to stretch the glute, the hamstring, and the calves going all the way down here in the front. From here, you're going to pull one knee in, pull the toes up on the foot on that leg, and hold that stretch. We did deadlifts for the back of the leg here, calf raises for the calf knees. Other side, pull the other knee in, pull the other toe up, push that hip back, and now pull on the back, pull back of here. From here, we are going to soften the knees, wing the feet out to the side one at a time. Only do this if you can. Drop the tailbone down, fingers on the ground, stretch the quads. Push into the ground, straighten out the legs to stretch the back of the legs as well. Do this another time, and then roll up through the spine into standing. Bring your arms up immediately to drop blood and oxygen into the heart chambers to complete that circulation. Signal to the body your lower body is done. You are done with lower body movements. Thank you for coming into class. If you're just coming back into exercise, lower body is very, very important. The most amount of energy you have in your body is in your muscle. The most amount of muscles in the legs. So do these every other day, every 2 days, every 3 days, do the legs. You could use body weight. You could add weight to your body by holding onto some dumbbells as well. But consistency matters when you are going with how your body feels instead of how it looks. This is a reset button for you. This also is producing chemicals that go into the brain, starts to heal the brain, teaching it how to handle stress. These chemicals also go around the body and they counter stress, they counter cortisol. They wake you up and they make you feel alive. Thank you for coming to my class once again. Please join me again anytime you can, and I'll be making more videos. Bye-bye.